What's up, YouTube? So I am with a new student, second day of driving. She is not as nervous today as she was the first day. So we're gonna take a little drive down towards Fort Lauderdale Beach. You guys know I'm a beach person. I like driving to the beach. It looked like it's going to rain. So I'm gonna do actually quite a short video, probably about 12-15 minutes max. So as usual, I want you to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post my next video. Alright, so like I said, this student is new. She's on the main road, as you can see, so she's actually doing quite well. The first day we stayed in the neighborhood, she was really uptight when we first started, but she's relaxed quite a bit, as you can see. Yeah, the first day we did the neighborhood, because we always do the neighborhood. And I stay in the neighborhood as long as I feel it's necessary. So if I'm on the main road on the second day, that's a good indication that she's doing fine, right?
Pretty good.
Exactly. So we're gonna make a right turn on Atlantic and head down to the beachway. And I'm just gonna basically videotape her for a little while so you can see how well she's doing. So we can talk about current events. So yeah, give me your thoughts on the protests and what's going on with it. What do you think?
Well, I agree with what they're doing because everybody have the right. Everybody needs to be free. Freedom of right, freedom of speech.
Exactly.
So,
I don't think everybody have a breaking point, right?
A breaking point.
Precisely.
And I don't think because of your nationality or who you are should downgrade you from having the right or your freedom.
Exactly. People want to shut people up and say, well, one thing cancels out the other. I completely disagree because the fact is, how many times are you going to allow somebody to slap you in the face before you slap back?
Exactly.
You feel me? You'll take one or two and you probably try to maintain a certain level of control.
Yeah.
But, how long are you going to do that before you actually say, okay, that's enough?
That's enough.
So people are at a breaking point. So, it has to happen. And
time for everything.
Yeah, and just real talk. Nothing changes by, just turning the other cheek. I know the Bible teaches us to turn the other cheek.
But it's real hard.
but we know you don't get anything done by turning the other cheek. If you continue to turn the other cheek, they'll continue to slap you. Period.
Exactly.
That's just how it works. Okay, so we're gonna make a right turn at the light. Yeah, so if you want change, at some point somebody have to step up. Rosa Parks didn't make the changes that came about because she moved from the seat. She moved several times before before she decided not to move. And the one when she decided not to move is the one that actually everybody knows about. Nobody would have known about Rosa Parks had she just moved that day. Because she refused to move that day. She's written down in American history as one of the person that made changes. So yeah, at some point you have to actually stand up and say, all right, enough is enough. Okay, we're gonna go out to the line. So you can make a right turn at the light, right? But you have to go up to where it's clear. Go up to the line, and when you can see down the road where it's clear, then you can go. So go up a little bit more. All right, go ahead and take the right turn in the right lane. Press the gas gently. Gently on the gas. And straighten up in this right lane right here. You're going mad slow. You went around that corner like 5 miles per hour. Yeah, I just shared on my Instagram and Facebook some city that every inch of everywhere that you can see is covered with people.
People, yeah.
It's massive. It's amazing actually. And the thing that really makes me feel good personally is when I look at the rest of the world. It's not like an American thing.
Yeah,
It's
the whole,
actually
so
it's global.
it's global.
Everybody is taking up the fight. Everybody is trying to, relate on their country's level, because every country have
black.
their version of the whole black and white issue.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's like, okay, it's time for this to change everywhere,
Yeah,
not just here, everywhere, all over the world. So it's a good moment in history, even though we're dealing with COVID-19 and probably one of the worst time in history.
Mm-hmm.
It might be one of those years. 2020 might be one of these years that something actually changes for the better,
Yeah.
in spite of all the bad things that is going on with the disease. So yeah. Plus, election year.
Yeah. It's an election year.
Election year. So yeah, it's a very serious year. A lot of things is going
Going to happen.
to happen. A lot of things is happening, and a lot more will happen before this year is done. I thought it was going to be raining by now,
And I was scared of it. I'm like, oh, please, don't come today. Don't come today.
Yeah, because I had this other lady.
I don't want to experience that so quick.
So quick, and I was telling her, but usually if it's raining hard, I wouldn't pick up a student that is new,
Okay.
But yeah, when I was dropping off the other lady, I'm like, wow, it looked like we might get rained out. Because yeah, it's pretty dark. Even now, you can tell it's probably gonna be raining before we come back. So let's hope it doesn't get too hard.
Well, then if it's like I was saying to my friend, if you're passing on the 95 and you rain falling and you see me pull over, don't say anything. Or if you're passing the way and you see me pull over, rain falling, you see me pull over, don't say anything.
But a lot of people do that, right?
Yeah, because
I've seen
crazy.
that people pull over because it's raining. Like sometimes it's raining so hard that you can't really
Can't
see.
even see the lines.
So sometimes it is safer to just pull over.
Yeah, because you cannot see the
Especially
lines. You don't know where you're going. The road is so foggy. It's like
Yeah,
crazy.
if you're a new driver and you're not confident and it's raining too hard for you to see, it's better to pull over
Mm-hmm.
than try to continue going and end up causing an accident. So I don't have a problem with that. If you're not confident, you should pull over. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
I tell them no matter where I'm going, I'll have to be late because I'm going to pull over and wait till it's finished before I move again.
And fortunately, if you're going to work and you tell
I'm going to be late.
and you tell your boss, I'm running late because it's raining and I pulled over, they're probably not gonna like that.
Well,
They're like, girl, are you walking or are you driving? Just keep coming.
my life is more precious.
Yeah, that is facts though.
My life is more precious.
Just like
I'm not going to force it.
When I first came here, I probably told you, I lived in Chicago for a while,
Yes.
and that place is cool. And it doesn't matter how much snowfall, you cannot use snowfall as an excuse to not go to work or school. It doesn't matter. It's not that much cars on the road though, so yeah.
And I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah, it's a good day to come to the main road the first day, Sunday, when there's not too much going on. Well, but see, you're doing good though.
Thank you.
Yeah. You remember the first time how you?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous.
You was very stiff, but now you're chill.
I was very, very nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I'm sure you were surprised at how easy it turned out though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't matter how nervous you are. Just having conversation changes the whole vibe.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so you're watching your speed now. You went from going too slow to too fast. Yeah, 40 is the maximum. You was actually just doing like 45. Alright, keep going. You're my last student for the day, so that's good. Get to go home. Jay, so you work in Boynton, right?
Yes.
So you're gonna take 9 to 5 when you're going up to work at first?
No.
Yeah, because like you could take
Locals.
you can take 441 up, or you can take Military Trail up.
Yeah.
Military down here will take you straight up there.
I don't know when I'll go on that road.
I mean, you will as soon as you're confident. I honestly recommend that you do it when you're confident. Don't go on the road. Don't go on the highway just because you're just trying to figure out if you could do it. That's not a good idea. Matter of fact, I had a student text me last night to ask me, and I'm like, you go on the highway when you're comfortable. Period.
Yeah.
It doesn't make no sense because I'm not taking anybody on the highway to see if we could make it.
No.
You understand?
You need to know that you can make it.
I am going to be pretty confident. I'm not saying accidents can't happen,
Anywhere.
But if we get into an accident, it's going to be a straight up accident. It's not going to be because we were just being stupid and careless. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not taking anybody on there that I am not confident in. So yeah, if I feel like you can handle it, I don't have a problem with taking you on the highway. But I'm not taking you on the highway because you want to go on the highway.
Exactly.
That's not how it works. I get calls like that all the time. They'll be like, yeah, Mr. Vernon, I am trying to find a school to take my kid to the highway. And then I would ask them, would you take your kid to the highway? And they'd be like, hell no. I'm like, you have my answer. Like, if it's your kid and you wouldn't take them, that means you don't think they're ready for the highway. Why are you trying to risk my life to take them? No. And I'm like, I'll take them when you pay for enough driving lessons to get them confident enough to go on the highway. I have no problem with it then. But if you think you're just going to pay for 2 lessons and say, okay, I need to go to the highway, not going to happen. Not with me. I always tell him, when you go on the highway, you gotta make sure you're good enough to get off the highway. Get on and off. Don't just get on.
Get on and get off back. Must be able to do it both ways.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to get on the highway and get off the highway. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Not like you're not a daredevil. You're not just trying to see if you could do it. You should know you could do it. All right, stay in this lane here, and we're gonna go straight. Keep going straight down. Those guys are going on the highway.
On the highway, yeah. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work at all.
Yeah, so they called you in yesterday.
Yes. Actually, I leave work 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh, you left this morning? Oh, okay. So you work the overnight shift all the time?
Majority of the times.
Okay.
Sometimes I end up doing 36 hours. Sometimes I end up doing 48 hours.
You do 48 straight hours at work? Wow. That's at what, the private one?
Yeah, private.
Well, I mean, 48 hours at the private job is pretty good. If you was working at a nursing home for 48 hours, that would be terrible. But if you work in a private job for 48 hours, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't mind working a lot of hours. I work for myself. And when you work a lot of hours, you make a lot of money. That is always a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're working for little or nothing and putting in them type of hours, no way. Yeah, people always ask me, why do you? Because now that it's kind of not so busy because of COVID-19, I do 4 students average now per day. But before, I used to leave home at 5:30 in the morning. And I usually pick up my last student. I'd get home like 8, from 5:30 in the morning till 8.
Oh, wow.
And they used to ask me, damn, why do you work so much? I'm like, because I work for myself. Like, why wouldn't I work that much? You know what I'm saying? Like, work equals money.
You need it?
Well, you have
to make use of it when you get it.
If you're trying to live a decent life,
Yeah, you have
You
to
have
work
to
for
be
what,
prepared to work.
have to work for what you want.
I love to travel. I like nice things. I like the nicest of everything. And no
Exactly.
one's gonna give it to you.
Unless you have to do it for yourself.
You have to work. That's how it works. So if you're in the position, where you can actually work and make real money, and you're not doing it, I consider you to be a complete idiot. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna change lane. Signal to the left. Signal, put it down. Keep going, keep going. And let me see if these people will give you a break. Speed up a little bit. And this person in white is not giving us a break. Oh yeah, they are giving us a break. Go ahead. So you can tell they're giving you a break because they're not passing you, right?
Okay.
Alright, turn off your blinker. Yeah, when you signal and you see the car passing you by, that means they're not
Yes.
easing up to give you a break. But if you see them slow down, like the white car slowed down, so I know that they were giving us a break. That white car right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but sometimes they just don't care. They're just squeezing by, even though you're trying to come over. So the next time we come out, we'll go a lot more into lane changes and whatever. Today we're just trying to get used to driving on the main road.
On the main road.
So we're not doing nothing too elaborate. Yeah, so whenever you're changing lane for now, I'll just kind of help you. But when you're changing though, definitely you have to look up here
Yeah, to see
in the
what's
rear view
going-
mirror.
what's behind you.
And you have to look in the side mirrors.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to a friend of mine, that I think that's the hardest part of it.
Changing lane is about the hardest thing you will do in driving, actually.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
what I was saying to him. I
it
think.
is. But once you get comfortable driving,
Because checking both three mirrors.
but it happens so quickly though. It's not like something that you're going to take a long time to do. You look up here, it's just a fraction of a second. And then you look in the side mirrors, it's just a glance. You look quickly to make sure there's nothing there. And right before you turn the wheel, you look into the blind spot, which is on the side.
Side, yes.
And all of that should be like that. 1, 2, 3. It's not something like you're looking up here and
Yes,
and then you're looking there for a long
5 minutes
time. No,
or
it
something.
really isn't like that.
Yeah.
It all happens in a fraction of a second. So yeah, once you're comfortable driving, all of that is just like routine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's difficult because you're learning.
Learn.
But once you learned it, it's really not that big a deal. Truly not that big a deal. But it is probably the hardest part of learning to
Yeah, I
drive.
was saying to them that I think that's the hardest part of it.
It is. People have a lot of problems with corners and stuff. But once you get past that, the next big thing once you come on the main road, keep going. Once you get on the main road, it's definitely, changing lanes.
Changing lanes.
Yeah, point blank period, yeah. Changing lane is difficult. Well, more difficult than just driving down the road. Right, so we're going to go over the Intercoastal Bridge. And actually we're going to go straight. So go over to the left lane one more, signal left. The other one. The other one. That's the wiper you just turned on. Yeah, so we're just gonna go over to Pompano Beach and then go north a little bit and circle back around. Mini Cooper works. This little car is fast, I'm a car person, so you're always gonna hear me commenting on cars whenever I'm driving or doing driving lessons. Yeah, I had a Mini Cooper. I gave it to my son, but it wasn't the works. This is fast. I keep going straight down. Bridge is going up. Almost every time I come here, I was down here this morning,
And it was up as well.
I caught the bridge. Almost every time I come to the beach, I have to wait for the bridge. It's weird. I have a student that lives right over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have an amazing way of analyzing this stuff in a way that I never thought of. And luckily you learned to.
So you see, driving on the main road, no big deal, right?
No.
Just
like, no, it's easy. Yeah, it really isn't a big deal. I mean, the fear of it,
Everything today is much
much smoother, right?
than last week.
Of course.
Last week I was like, I was feeling all the way.
Yeah, you were overly tense. But yeah, I mean, it gets better every time. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you drive, it's going to get a little bit better
Yeah.
until it's like nice and smooth. Okay, what are they waiting for to put up the bridge? Actually, I want to get it on video. I think I want to go fishing. I wonder if Philip want to go fishing today. I haven't gone fishing in probably a year.
Wow.
At least a year. Back in the days, years ago actually, I was probably in high school. Some old man was walking across, and the bridge tender did not see him and opened that thing.
Wow.
The one on Sunrise, and he fell. They had it. Somebody videotaped it. He was like hanging up there until he fell off. Yeah, I remember that. It was
Like
like,
the first
wow.
time I was walking on the one, that's the one on Causeway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You mean
you-
17th Street Causeway?
Yeah, 17th Street Causeway.
What you was doing? Oh, you was working over
I was
there.
working over there, so I was working private. So it was like I used to get up in the early morning. I was in the living, so I used to get up in the early morning and walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I was walking one morning. By the time I got in the middle of the bridge,
They start to open it?
no, the
Huh?
sign
Oh.
go off.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, but the bridge tender,
Yeah.
if you're
You know,
walking across,
there was a lot of people walking.
yeah, they paying attention.
But it's like going. I'm like, what should I do? Go forward or
Or
turn
go
back?
backward.
What should I do?
Should I run or should I just
Oh my
walk?
god, it was like scary. And then at the time, I just come in the country like 3 months.
Yeah.
So it was
First drawbridge, huh?
oh my god, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if the bridge tender is not paying attention, because I mean their job really is to make sure there's no one on the bridge before they open it. You know, but sometimes people are distracted with other things and just not paying attention. So yeah, if you see that the gates come down and thing, you need to hurry up and get off the bridge. Whichever is closest to you, backwards or forward, hurry up and get off. So yeah, you did good.
Thank you.
The first feature. Yeah. I have this Jamaican man that used to jerk chicken and thing right here. Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him. I guess the COVID-19 shut down everything.
Wow, this sounds scary.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like solid. They have to make it from that metal material, so it's not as heavy as a concrete, whole heavy concrete bridge. So yeah. Alright, so we're going to go straight across. So stay in this lane that you're in. Go up to the line. See the line up there? And stop about right here. Do it on his BMW bike. You know what? The one thing I'm pleasantly surprised about, even though they've opened all of the beaches down the side, there's not a lot of people on any of the beaches that I've seen.
People love their life.
People are actually a little bit smarter
Yeah,
than we were giving them credit for. Yeah, because I thought as soon as they opened the beach,
Everybody
was just gonna rush out to the beach, but that's not been the case. Make a left turn up here. Yeah, I've been on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Go ahead, go on the left lane. And I've been to the driven by, I should say, not been to, driven by the beach in Boca, the one in Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah.
Pompano Beach. And you'll see people outside walking like these people here.
Yeah,
But there's nobody on the, no whole bunch of people on the beach. Alright, go ahead, make a left turn. See, it's a 4-way, right?
Yeah.
So you're here first, well, it's a 3-way. So whoever gets to the 3-way first, have the right of way. So straight now. Yeah, the beach is open, but there's no whole bunch of people over there. Watch these people. Go ahead. They redid this whole place. I used to go fishing on the pier over there.
Like when you're in the, like on this, what's the speed limit?
Speed limit here is about 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 15 miles per hour. Constantly building. All of this, everything that you're seeing here
Yes.
is new, including that. Stop completely. Stop. See, they stop. You gotta stop your own turn. Like,
Yeah.
like they don't stop for you. And see the cop right there too. Like if you didn't stop, you'd be getting a nice fat ticket.
I don't want that.
Alright, this bicycle dude is in the way. Yeah, this Oceanic. They just built that. Yeah. Sweet. This dude is literally right in the road. Why don't he move to the side a little bit? Alright, just go around and press the gas a little bit. So I'm gonna end the video here. Alright, so you've seen her drive, you see what she's doing quite well. So I'll show another video of her right before we go to practice and do the driving test. And like I always say, we're gonna celebrate when she gets that license.
Yay!
Yeah. That's what's up.
Can't wait for that day.
Of course. Follow this guy. Alright, so again, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one.